Courtney. And I'm going to use these coolers and update them with some mom designs for Mother's Day. They can be used as normal can koozies, but they're a little large on the top. That's because they're really made for coffee cups. So they fit nice and snug around the cups that get a little bit larger at the top. So your hand doesn't get hot. So we're gonna put a mama bear graphic on here using heat transfer source vinyl. I am going to use the Spectrum. I think that will look really fun. I'm gonna use a bear graphic, and the bear is going to be black, and I'm gonna use their matte, heat transfer source, black matte. Then I'm gonna use this Spectrum for the bow and the sunglasses to make it a little more shiny and a little fun. This cuts a little harder, so usually I cut this on a setting that's a little bit closer to cardstock, because it is like it's hard, it's a little bit thicker than a matte would be. Now we're going into our design program. In my case, I'm using Cricut Design Space. Open it to a new canvas, and we're going to go to our image library. You can search here. I'm going to type in the word mama because I'm looking for my mama bear graphic. Instead of going through all of mine, this allows it to search just the ones I need. We're going to select our image and hit add to canvas.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but please subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to hit that bell. Thanks.
You can resize it using these arrows to drag it. Or you can type in the dimensions that you want up here. Right, so this looks like it's grouped, so I'm going to ungroup that. And I'm hiding the black bear, that's all one already. And I want to attach these two because I want to make them both the same color. So I'm going to attach, well, let me not attach them and hit make it. You will see that it will, they go right next to each other, and it's not exactly how it's drawn out in the graphic. So I'm going to attach them, and this kind of glues them together. Put the bear back on and hit make it now. And there's our black. You'll see now that they are one image grouped together. So I can just place this onto the can koozie, and they'll be spaced out in the right spot already. All right. So these are going on can koozies that I'm going to use heat transfer. I'm going to use matte for the bear. So that needs to be mirrored. Then we hit continue to cut our images. We put our Spectrum down, shiny side onto the mat. We load our mat. Cut setting is 1 before cardstock because the Spectrum is a little harder to cut, it's a little thicker. And we hit C. Before I unload, so I do not hit this button yet, I use my Tweety light and make sure that it cut. And it looks like this time, it might not have cut too well. All right, let's check. It did not cut. So I'm just gonna double check. Because I did not unload it, it's still loaded. I can hit the C button and it'll cut in the same exact spot. So let's do the C. I especially do this with the metallic and the Spectrum, as they are a little thicker and they don't always cut through on the first try, especially if your blade is older. So we're gonna have it go cut again, and again, it cuts in the same exact spot because we did not unload the mat. Again, do not unload until we check and see if it cut through this time. And this time it looks like it cut great. See that coming up. So now we can unload our mat, because you see we already pulled out a little bit of the excess away. We can unload, is everything cut. I wouldn't do it on a large press with these because they have a really thick border here, so you wouldn't get the pressure that you need. And you can put sometimes glass coasters, or I actually put our heat transfer source cooling block in here just to get it on a good area that I could push down on. So we're gonna finish weeding our Spectrum. I am using the heat transfer source Tweety light. This one you can actually see pretty good, but it's a really good weeding tool. For this first press, you only need to do about 15 seconds. Just enough to get it tacked down, because we're gonna do the sunglasses. Now the sunglasses, we're gonna line them up. The black is on really good with just our 15-minute quick touch. This one I do a little bit longer. I find that Spectrum takes a little bit longer to get on, especially when I'm doing a smaller iron like this. So I can't get the pressure on it that it really needs. Look at that Spectrum shine.